Hi, welcome to Boringness, and welcome to listening to a sick person predict NFL games. Sick as in I'm under the weather right now. Anyways, so last week you got to listen to an interesting song while I do this apparently. So maybe I'll just give a little reaction. So I think I went 9-4 here. The first week 13 and we got 111 plus 9 is 120. Then we got 69 plus 4, 73. There you go. Hanging around 62% for a while now, actually. Huh. Is it just going to stay at 62 forever? Anyways, let's see here. I'll just react to like the 4 misses. That's funny. Broncos Texas is the game where I just took forever to think of who to pick, and I picked the Broncos. Essentially just because like the less fun team is gonna win, but that didn't work. So it worked the first time I did that, but not the second time here. And then this one, really, the Steelers lost the Cardinals. Are you serious? This one, the Packers beat the Chiefs. That's a pretty big upset there. And then the Bengals beat the Jaguars with Jake Browning at quarterback. So like those aren't really terrible misses. Like it's kind of understandable how I could have missed on those, except I don't know. Anyways, like 3 of them were big upsets, and one of them was just like a 50-50 game, basically. Anyways, now week 14. Oh. I have not looked at any of these games pretty much for this week, except for the Thursday game, obviously. So, and of course, Patriots. The 2-10 Patriots beat the 7-5 Steelers. So of course I have to miss on that. On the road too. Are you serious? Man, I don't even know what to do with the Steelers anymore. What am I supposed to do when they lose to like 2 of the worst teams in the league? Lions Bears, huh? Straight. Wait, hold up a second. Okay. I might like pick an upset for the Bills Chiefs and pick the Bills because of how the Chiefs have not been playing too well lately. Or maybe I'm just putting all the weight into the last game they played. But anyways, and like the Bills have been a little bit better in the past few weeks. But anyways, Packers. How many games is this? Do any teams have a bye week? I think this is another week where no teams have a bye week. That's weird. Why do they do that? They like stagger in weeks with no bye week, or where there's no team on a bye week. Huh? Which one is it? I don't know which one. Dude, which? It's this. Why is it under font? So let's see what weird music you get to listen to next. This one, huh? Did I play this one in my video before? No, I didn't. It was the same composer, but it was a different album last time. So, I will now just go through all the games where it's obvious to me who should be favored. So, that one's a little bit weird because of Jake Browning having a good week last week, so I'll skip it for now. That one's kind of weird. That one's really weird. We don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is going to be playing that one. That was pretty easy, even though the Bears almost beat the Lions the last time they played. Dude, I feel like no, they played the who did the Seahawks play last week? It was the Cowboys, I think. Dang, they have a really tough schedule. That one's a toss-up. Probably. It's like two backup quarterbacks in that one. Broncos, because the Chargers are terrible, even though they just won last week. They beat the Patriots by 6-0. Not gonna overthink it. That one I'm leaning towards the Bills just because of like the last few weeks, kind of. Ooh, that's gonna be it. Interesting game there. Probably Eagles, but they did lose last week, so they got blown out last week. That's kind of a factor in that. Okay, wow, we have 5, 6. Man, that's a lot of games I don't know. All right, that's a lot. I could just go with like a very split-second decision on all of them and just not even bother thinking about it. I also had to like double check on all the quarterback injuries. I think the Browns are also kind of injured on defense. Maybe I should still pick the Jaguars even if they don't have Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. Like if I had to take away both starting quarterbacks for those teams and then choose who to win, I'd probably actually pick the Browns. And that's exactly what's going to happen this week, probably. Or maybe Trevor Lawrence will play, but it's a question of if he's even going to be at 100%. They probably don't want to play Trevor Lawrence tomorrow. They probably want to just let him heal from his injury. It's not like a must-win game this week. They should probably just rest Trevor Lawrence this week. But anyways, I haven't really looked at the schedule though. Maybe it is. Maybe this is like the last easy game they have this year. I haven't really looked. Anyways, stop, Brandon. Colts, Bengals, Bengals. Jake Browning was like amazing out of nowhere and won last week. So what the heck is going on here? Ugh. Falcons have a better record, I think. Buccaneers. Just barely. And the Buccaneers barely beat the Panthers last week. The Falcons barely beat the Jets last week. They're like both barely winning games against bad teams. Now what's gonna happen? Jeez. I'm probably just gonna pick the team with the better record. Which is kind of a lame approach, but whatever. Browns, Jaguars. Gosh, man. I hate the games where you don't even know if if a good, or if a quarterback is even going to be starting. It's like unknown. But even if he wasn't starting, I don't know. Like, Joe Flacco wasn't that bad last week, was he? But the Browns have some injuries at defense. But the Jaguars, I kind of rely on Trevor Lawrence a lot more to be a good team. Dang it, man. That one is Josh Dobbs going to continue to suck. Oh my gosh, dude. But I mean, Aiden O'Connell wasn't that great either. Why is it so hard? Man. I feel like the Bills are on an upswing right now. Gosh, man. And I kind of want to pick the Cowboys, but I would feel so stupid if I picked the team with the worst record and then they lost. And dude, is this gonna be like an hour-long video, dude? There's so many tough games here. Gosh. I don't even know which one to pick first. Like, I feel like it seems like every time I pick an underdog, it does not go well. Like in terms of record, solely in terms of record, it seems like I've been not doing well in terms of like picking the team with the worst record to win. But I mean, I did do that last week with the Rams, and they did win. But like, what other games does that happen? I'm not even thinking about any game in particular. Just don't know what to do with all this. Might be the hardest week to predict in quite a while. Is Jake Browning going to repeat his good quarterbacking performance from last week? I mean, Should I just always bet on the performance? I mean, that didn't work out with Josh Dobbs. What other backup quarterback did I do that with? Aiden O'Connell. I think he literally won his first game that he started. Ah, jeez. Even though the Vikings had a really bad loss to the Bears, I feel like they're still better than the Raiders. If you, even with that game dragging down all the rest of their good games, still they're probably still better based on their history of this season. So, jeez. It's very painful to pick a team that literally lost to the Bears the last time they played, but I'm not gonna let that game take to like decide everything. But anyways, um, well, we got one done. 5 to go. I really feel like picking the Bills for this. Like I feel like picking an upset on this. And I feel like picking the Cowboys. Like I feel like picking so many upsets. No, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should because that strategy has not worked well for me in the past. Trying to pick upsets. Okay, here's the thing. Let's see. Let's try out a new strategy because I have been going with the strategy of like picking the upsets. I feel like for a little bit here, and it's not been working. So we're gonna just here. I'll give you the caveat of why I would otherwise pick the upset, but I will still pick the other team to win, or I'll still pick the other way because I care more about about like my results rather than like my process here. Um, I think the Bills could like beat the Chiefs. Obviously, like the Chiefs receivers have not been good. They lost the Packers, and the Bills have kind of been on an upswing a little bit since they fired their offensive coordinator. They blew out a team, and then they got very close to beating the Eagles. So, but I'm still gonna pick the Chiefs. I bet I'm gonna regret this. Uh, like the week I pick upsets is the week where I pick all of them wrong, and then the week where I don't pick the upset is where all the upsets are gonna happen. I just know that's gonna happen. I'm gonna pick the Eagles, but I want to pick the Cowboys because like the Eagles had a terrible loss last week, and the Cowboys have been really good. They've been just blowing out every single team they played, but still picking the Eagles. Darn it, man! This is gonna blow up in my face, isn't it? Colts because I would pick the Bengals because Jake Browning had a good week, but still gonna pick against the backup quarterback there. And then now we have two a little bit tougher games because we don't know who the quarterback is for the Jaguars here. And then this one is just like no brainer. pick the team with the better record, and then this this one. Let's see here. What are the chances? I think it's more likely that Trevor Lawrence is not going to be at 100% than it is that he will be at 100% in that game. But I don't know to what extent the Browns' injuries have been. I think I'm going to look that up. Browns injury report. I wonder if there's any embarrassing stuff here. So, wait, let's go like Browns, Jaguars injury report. Ooh, Jacksonville has a lot of starters out. It's pretty interesting here. We got Amari Cooper questionable. DeJuan Jones questionable. Cam Mitchell. Denzel Ward, I think, is a good corner, right? Questionable. Now, they don't list Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett got injured, and then he came back in the game last week, and it wasn't 100%. Let me just look. Hmm. Well, I mean, he was injured though, wasn't he? Like that's why he wasn't that great last week. Hmm. So he's gonna play. Question is he gonna be at 100%? So we got Jaguars. We got cornerback Christian Braswell, Tyson Campbell, Travis Etienne questionable, Lorenzo Fatukasi questionable, Trey Herndon out, Dearness Johnson questionable, Christian Kirk on injured reserve. That's a little bit of a blow. Trevor Lawrence questionable. Walker Little out. Tight end Brenton Strange out. Hmm. The starting left tackle is out. That's going to be bad. Ooh. Going against the Browns defense. Ouch. Hmm. Hmm. That's funny. Um. Now it might be kind of like picking the upset to pick the Jaguars to lose here, because technically, the Jaguars are still like a better team, but like all the injuries are huge. That's a lot of injuries for them. I think I might have to pick the upset in terms of record on that, just because of the injuries. So that would be like literally the only upset I'm picking this week. Um, I'm just gonna say like their injuries are just gonna be too much for them to overcome. Um, it's a really good Browns defense. Even if the Browns defense is a little bit injured, they're not like fully injured or like severely injured like I thought they might be. I don't know, but um, Joe Flacco wasn't like completely horrible last week. Let's see here. um, is Trevor Lawrence going to play on his ankle? On his injured ankle. All right. Well, so this week it actually took me a little bit less time than usual to pick the games because I kind of thought about it less than I usually do. Like I just tried to pick for the most part, just pick the team, not pick any upsets, like record based on record for the most part. That was funny. Like I could have easily picked the Bills. I could have easily picked the Cowboys. I could have easily picked the Bengals, but I decided not to. So, could have even picked the Raiders based on how bad Josh Dobbs was last week, but I just didn't do that. So we'll see how that works out for me this week. What a fun video. Oops.